Hello and welcome. My name is Sunshine Amos, the CEO and Project Manager, Sunshine Resources. This is the video series, The Entrepreneurs. And just like I did promised in the intro video to this video series, today we're going to be talking about how to tackle unemployment. We're going to be talking about how to tackle unemployment. But before then, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so that you get posted of all our videos and resources each time we upload them. Now, this video is like a letter to all the parents in Nigeria. And in this edition, just like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about how to tackle unemployment in Nigeria. But we're going to be starting by understanding and stating the gravity of the unemployment problems in Nigeria. And by the end of this video, I will discuss the solution to unemployment. Make sure you watch this video to the end. To most of us, unemployment has become like a dangerous neighbor. It has become a slow but steady weapon of mass destruction. There is hardly any home you go to in Nigeria, you don't find a young graduate sitting down at home doing nothing. Unemployment is destroying the lives and destinies of our youth. According to reliable statistics, over 50% of the youth population of this nation are unemployed. This spells doom for the nation already. Now, what can we do about it? Is this how we will fold our hands and keep allowing unemployment destroy the lives and destinies of our youth? Is there nothing we can do about it? We have put our trust and hope in the government for so long, and the situation keeps getting worse and worse day by day. We gather that the population of Nigeria grows by 6 million annually. That translates to 6 million jobs annually that must be created in order to balance the equation. At least any right-thinking person in Nigeria by now should be able to know the kind of government that we have. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you what the government can do and what they cannot do. We know what they can do more than what they cannot do. Whether we like it or not, every parent in Nigeria bears the consequences of unemployment. Now listen to this. The jobs that even employed your parents are not even available to employ you. Some months ago, an elder in my church made a prayer request for the youth of my church. The request came following an incident he saw when he paid a visit to a patient in the hospital. While in the hospital, a young guy was rushed into the hospital on a stretcher, and they requested doctor's attention immediately. On finding out what happened to this guy, it was discovered that this guy took poison. Now the big question is that how did it happen? Was it accidental or intentionally? Of course it was intentionally, and this is the story behind it. This guy in question was a young graduate working in the bread bakery. The bakery owner felt that he needed to sack some staff in order to save costs, and this young graduate was among those he sacked. On receiving the sack letter, he now went home, took poison, and he was rushed to the hospital. And before the doctors could even attend to him, he was already dead. Now, this kind of incident happened in their 100 every day in Nigeria. Now, this guy who committed suicide is someone's child. What is the possibility that your own child or my own child will not commit suicide some days to come when they go through the same circumstances, knowing fully well that people now see suicide as escape route from Nigerian problems? This is the reason why you must act now. Some months ago, I attended a wedding somewhere and I met this man I didn't see for quite a long time. It was a pleasure really seeing him. I then asked after his family and 2 of his kids I knew those days. He said they were fine. He said they are big boys now, graduate, but for 5-6 years they don't have a job. He was so sad when he was saying it because he himself is a retired teacher. So how would you feel when you have retired from a frustrating work life and you find those whom you were putting your treasures on when you were working, wasting their lives every day in the middle of your sitting room? Whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not, the only viable alternative to employment is entrepreneurship. Long before the advent of Western education, our forefathers were all entrepreneurs. My father, for example, was a farmer. Yours could be a fisherman, blacksmith, goldsmith, herdsman, leatherworks, dyeing, some were into lumbering, furniture making, etc. The beauty of our forefathers' occupation was that they were all skills oriented. The school system came, took us into the classroom and gave us theoretical knowledge, and today, about a century down the line, we are useless to ourselves and to the nation. The system of the white-collar jobs was designed to turn us into employees and servants. In Nigeria today, a typical worker is not even happy, but there's nothing he can do about it because he has entrusted his life and destiny in the hand of his employers. Because that is what the system has taught him to do, and that is what everybody is doing. One would have thought that the school system should educate us so that we consolidate on the occupation of our forefathers, which were all skills oriented, but instead they turned us into permanent job seekers and employees. In recent times, we have realized that education can only cure illiteracy but cannot cure poverty. Employers are people like you and me, even the government. The government is just a group of people whom we give them mandate to lead us and even employ us. Employers are entrepreneurs. We become their glorified slaves and servants. They decide how much they want to pay us. They decide when to increase the salary and even when to sack us. We as employees, we take oaths to serve them till retirement do us apart. Oh my goodness, what a mentality. Where did we learn this from? Because that is what everybody is doing. That's terrible. I think I'll take a break. I'll be back. The choice of becoming an entrepreneur is now left for the few people who do not want to become slaves and servants and want to do things differently from other people. To God be the glory, they are usually more successful than the glorified servant. The truth about this guy who was working the bread bakery and committed suicide after he was sacked is that he must have probably worked for months in the bakery, and so he died with the bread bakery industry in his head and may not even realize it. At least for working there for a while, he must have gathered some expertise about how to make bread. But because he has developed the mindset of a slave, he couldn't see the treasures he was carrying in him. I'm sure if he was alive and he was not sacked, he may probably move to another bigger bakery sometimes in the future or to another different company and will not even think of having his own bakery with the expertise he has gathered from the bread bakery. This is what employment has done to us, the slave mentality through our institutions of learning. The university, for example, is a pipeline to unemployment. We can't deny this. The only way you can overcome this dreaded monster called unemployment is to become an entrepreneur, a boss, a master, and this is the best thing any human being would love to be. Even our God in heaven will wish we become masters and not permanent slaves. Entrepreneurship is a world that operates with skills. This is the reason why skills are not included in academic learning, so that you don't think of becoming a boss. And for the retired teacher I told you I met in the wedding, I told him to go and ask his children to acquire skills. They can even go for digital skills based on their potentials, and he was so excited about the advice. As a matter of fact, the more children you have, the more you have to contend with how to make them productive. So before I round up, what is the bottom line of this video? Ask your children to go and acquire skills. Any valuable skill will do, but they should acquire skills that can boost their passion, and then they can build a business around their passion. In that way, it becomes a very interesting exercise. But let me say here that it is not going to be very easy in the beginning, because the academic exercise they have just done has killed their psychomotive abilities, because learners have been subjected to memorizing content and regurgitating them during examination. The brain is accustomed to that method. The best way to use such a brain is to give them employment and lay down tasks for them to perform. But that is different from what is expected of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs have to tax their brain to always force new ideas from their brain. Now, talking about skills, we have dozens and dozens of videos packed with high value skills. Please visit our YouTube channel in the description box below this video. I have also dropped link to our ebooks and other resources. In the next video, we're going to be talking more about entrepreneurship, and later we'll delve into skills. Make sure you keep a date with us, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do so that you don't miss out on any of our resources. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. So thank you very much for watching, and God bless you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.